apartment living after 55. How to organize a small apartment for less stress. Have you ever walked into a room and felt like the walls were shouting at you? Not with sound, but with the weight of too much stuff? For years, I thought a bigger home meant a bigger life. But after turning 55, I realized that the noise of a large house was actually drowning out my peace of mind. Today, I want to show you how I finally silenced that noise in my tiny apartment. The emotional transition. Downsizing isn't just about moving boxes. It's about moving a lifetime of memories. When I first stepped into this smaller space, I felt a mix of relief and a strange, lingering anxiety. I had let go of the extra rooms, but I hadn't yet learned how to let go of the stress that comes with living in a confined area where your kitchen, office, and bedroom are all essentially the same place. Redefining the second act. I've come to see this stage of life as my second act, a time to focus on what truly matters. But focus is hard to find when your eyes are constantly landing on a pile of mail, a stray cord, or a reminder of a chore you haven't finished. I realized that to live big in a tiny apartment, I had to master the art of visual quiet. The secret of visual. Quiet is the foundation of everything I do now. In a small space, every object has a volume. A cluttered countertop is a scream, while a clear surface is a whisper. I started by hiding the loudest things, the tangled cables, the cleaning supplies, and the everyday clutter, into closed storage. Suddenly, the room felt like it could breathe, and so could I. Creating the focus nook. The biggest challenge was the work from home trap. When your desk is 3 feet from your bed, your brain never truly switches off. I created what I call my focus nook. By simply angling my chair away from the sleeping area and using a dedicated lamp that I only turn on during work hours, I've built an invisible wall that tells my brain exactly when it's time to be productive. Honoring legacy items. One thing I hear often from friends my age is, "But I can't throw away my memories." And you shouldn't. In this apartment, I've learned to curate rather than just store. Instead of keeping 20 faded photos in a dusty box, I've chosen 3 that bring me the most joy and placed them in beautiful frames where they can be the stars of the room. Quality over quantity is the secret to a stress-free home. The magic of sensory signals. Organization isn't just for the eyes, it's for the senses. In the evenings, I perform a small transition ritual. I switch my bright overhead lights for a warm, amber glow and light a single candle. This simple change in atmosphere tells my nervous system that the day is done. In a tiny home, these sensory cues are the most effective walls you can build. Intentionality over perfection. I want to be honest with you. My home isn't always Instagram perfect, and yours doesn't have to be either. This journey isn't about achieving a minimalist magazine look. It's about being intentional. It's about making sure that every item in your reach serves a purpose or sparks a genuine smile. If it does neither, it's just taking up your precious peace. Reclaiming your freedom. As we get older, our time becomes our most valuable currency. By organizing my small apartment for less stress, I've stopped spending my weekends cleaning rooms I don't use or looking for things I can't find. I've traded square footage for freedom. I've traded stuff for the ability to sit down with a cup of tea and a book and truly, deeply focus. An invitation to the community. If you're currently in the middle of downsizing or feeling overwhelmed by your current space, please know that you aren't alone. It's a process of peeling back the layers to find the person you are today, not who you were 30 years ago. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What is one thing in your home that brings you the most peace right now? Let's support each other in this beautiful second act.